What is up, you wonderful people? It is me, Nima, and I've been playing a game called Autonauts. This is a very interesting, unique game. It's a, if you will, a god simulator, as where you can go from creating robots to creating humans, from a simple deforestation to creating an entire metropolis. But before we get into that, I do want to remind all of you new viewers to please hit that like and subscribe button. All of my repeat offenders, I appreciate you. You guys are awesome. And, maybe hit the like. That would be awesome. Anyway, so Autonauts is a game that does give you that ability to play God, if you will. You literally do create humans in this game. My favorite part, though, is honestly creating the robots that look like Bender, from Futurama. Pretty awesome. But really, the whole purpose of this game is essentially to set up a automated, sustainable planet. Your robots that you create, you're programming them, you're giving them directions, you're teaching them how to do things for themselves. And it starts off pretty simple where you're just teaching them to cut down trees. Then you're teaching them to take those trees, cut them into planks, and so on and so forth, until the point that, yes, you've created humans and you are now creating everything and programming everything to work autonomously without your intervention. And that is the plan of the game. But here's the thing, I want to say this. First off, I am not the brightest crown in the box, so a lot of it could definitely be me. But I had some issues with the programming, and I'll be honest, some of it worked really, really well, and I enjoyed it, and then there's also, that part of me that found it kind of meticulous and tedious, and I would just end up doing the tasks to complete the game, or to complete the level, if you will, because this game does give you certain levels and thresholds that you must acquire by doing certain tasks and accomplishing certain things in your new world, building a rudimentary infrastructure for your humans, or making a certain research lab, or something of that nature, and you're given a little bit of a guideline on what to do and how to accomplish it. There could be a little more hand-holding. And don't get me wrong, I understand, a lot of people don't like a game that's a 5 to 10 hour tutorial, so I understand why there wouldn't be a whole lot of it. But on the other side of it, this game did get really kind of difficult to figure out what to do next, or how to do a few things. And I would say, it could use a little bit more streamlining in that regard, because there are some things that maybe, like I said, they just feel tedious. Whether it be digging up weeds or picking berries, but they don't exactly teach you how to do that. They don't actually show you. It's just, this is on your objective, now figure it out. So a little bit more hand holding would be nice, and honestly, yes, a little bit more streamlining as well, because some of it, after a while, gets really repetitive, and you're doing the same things over and over and over. And I'm sure that this is where autonomous robots that are pre-programmed to do these things would really come in handy. And when you get them all running and they're all doing the actions that you want them to be doing, it is a beautiful thing. And I spent hours. This is one of those games that I would start up and I'd be I'm going to play for an hour or two. And I'd end up playing for 4 or 5 hours. So the fun in the gameplay is definitely there. But there is also so many issues of me trying to... I would change the area in which the robot would respond or would react to something. I had a certain robot who would collect planks for me. Well, as the deforestation moved a little bit and I needed him to stack more planks, I just changed the area in which he should search for the planks. And after I did that, he just didn't do anything. He just stood there. And I went multiple times to look for it and to figure out how to do it, but I couldn't. But like I said, I spent most of my high school career drinking cough syrup listening to My Chemical Romance, so what would I know about programming a robot? There are people, though, who this would definitely, reach. This would be something they'd be really interested in. My son was really interested in it, and so was my wife. Both of them really enjoyed this game. They found the therapy in it, and they really enjoyed creating this world. I'm just not one of those people, I guess, and as much as I did enjoy the base gameplay of it, after a while, there wasn't a lot for me, and I will say this is a very, this could be an incredibly long game. The depth in which this goes is insane, and I think they did a great job with that. And I think they really do give you a lot of creativity, and there's a lot of people who are gonna make, amazing worlds out of this game. I just don't think I'm one of them. So it's hard for me to say, this is a good or a bad game. I don't think that's a fair distinction to put on this game at all. Because graphically, looks great. I love the art style. Music is and sound effects is decent. It's really good. The performance-wise, there was a few kind of hiccups here and there, but nothing life-changing, like nothing that really made a difference. And so it really does just come down to the gameplay itself, since there is very little to no story. And the gameplay itself, again, like I said, I think it's an acquired taste, and there's going to be a lot of people who enjoy that sim style playing. People who might even enjoy like the Animal Crossing style are going to find some enjoyment here and gonna find some longevity with this game for sure. But then there's people like me who spent too much time playing with canned air and trying to squash beetles with their forehead. I will say one super last thing about the programming, and one thing that did deter me from going deeper into the programming aspect was it seemed like every time I got all my robots doing a task, there was always a problem. And usually it would be like a tool needs to be replaced, or their proximity from their task needs to be changed, and a lot of that does actually get cured in the later part of the game, or at least after the first like 10 hours or so. My fear, though, is there's going to be some people who won't make it that long. And that's why I say some of that I would like to see streamlined, because I just think there's a lot there that some might be turned off from before they even get there. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys are going to pick it up, or what your thoughts are on any of the games coming out this week, and how everything's been. But like always, I wish you guys health, wealth, and above all, hope you're truly happy. I love you guys. Take care. Man, my computer just keep S in the bed. Oh, it just keeps stopping.